Hello, good people. Welcome to our show, Coaching with Cadillac and Bonita. I'm Elijah Cadillac Harris.
And I'm Bonita Billingsley Harris, and we are thrilled to get out of our living room and be here with real cameras, real lights, a real studio here at the K2K Studios at the Mount Chesapeake. It's just a wonderful opportunity to be here, and we have a wonderful guest today.
Yes, we do.
A fabulous guest who was one of your former high school athletes, who you'll tell us more about him, but he was like a 6-time state champion when he was at Green Run High School, right?
He's an awesome athlete, one of the fastest human beings on the planet, set several world records, and helped us win lots of state championships. And we're blessed to have him today, and he's going to share some of his accomplishments and some of the things that was, hurdles that he had to get over, as well as with injuries and all those things, and how he dealt with how he's playing it forward now with the young people that he's coaching.
Yep. So we are happy to have you here, Andre Cason.
Thank you for having me.
I feel like it's a little bit of deja vu because this is not my first time interviewing you.
No, it's not. The
last time I interviewed you was when I was a reporter at Channel 13, and you were headed to the Olympics.
World Championships.
World Championships.
Yes.
World Championships. So as Cadillac said, you are or were at one point one of the fastest humans on the planet. You beat some of Carl Lewis.
Carl Lewis.
Some other famous people that we know. You were on a relay team with Carl Lewis, right?
Yes, actually 2 relay teams with Carl.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yep.
And set the world record holder in the 60-meter dash. So, Andre, share with us some of your accomplishments, some of the experiences you've had in the track and field arena.
Okay, well, where do we begin?
Let's start with your journey from high school, where you all first met and worked together.
Okay, well, high school, I came over to Green Run High School. We moved, it was like the 3rd week of school.
Right.
And I was friends or familiar with a lot of people that played ball and ran track at Green Run. Right. Of course, we had our rivalries back at Brandon, right. But I was welcomed into the family, and somewhat reluctantly, but then after they figured out, well, he's all right, he's a good guy. So, and I figured out they were good guys, so it worked out really well. So, getting to Green Run, Coach Harris, like, hey man, come on, let's play some football. Yeah, I said, I'm done playing football. I'm not. The faster you run, the harder it hurts. Faster you run, the harder it hurts. All right. Thank you, Matt Darby. Faster you run, the harder it hurts. All right. So, when I got to Green Run, of course. Coach Harris, you gonna play football? No, I'm not playing football. I teach you how to break a tackle. Yeah, I can break a tackle, but think about it. After game 5, game 6, you start slowing down, they take it out on you. I get a step slower after those bumps and bruises. You get a step slower, and they try to knock your lights out. So I was done playing football. So we moved on to track and field. Now, when the season started, we were gelling as a team. Mm-hmm. I ran the dash and I indoor dash, and I ran the 4x2, and a couple times, occasionally 4x4. One state indoors, I think my sophomore year. One state indoors. And how did we do it 4x2? I can't remember.
I think we got second in that the first time.
Second.
And then we won. We won the whole
my junior year.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So now understand, I left Bayside High School. We had the great Herbert Skinner. Yeah. My cousin Deion Overton, George Joyner. We were talking that summer before. We were talking about, when it said national records, not state records, but national records. Right. So when we moved to Green Run, they were like, you're a traitor. I had to deal with that. Right. So, I always thought about what could have been, but looking back, that was the best move to make. Right. Going to Green Run High School.
Absolutely. We had the best track in the city at the time, and the best surface to work on. And then had a great coach in Cletus Griffin, who took you in the indoor season. Shaped and molded you guys and the whole team. Yeah. And then we were partners with you in the outdoor track. You never knew that we were still talking. Yeah. So we had a great collaboration to make sure that we talked about each person's strengths and weaknesses. Right. And yes, I try to recruit him over to the football side because, just the fact that his ability to be the fastest person on the field every day, with what we already had with Matt Darby and Keith Goganis and all the other Alton Grizzard.
Put it in the air, I go get it.
I mean, yeah, see, you know, these guys. I mean, if you're trying to stop the run, he could just run by anybody, and and Alton would lay it up, and we probably beat people 70-0 if we got more.
But honestly, I wish I had played a couple.
Yeah,
I wish I had played and just played in the slot position.
Right,
and
right.
I mean, get a quick toss every now and then,
and run routes really where you were not going. They got to chase you. They got to catch you to get them touch you. Right.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. So we, that's something we both felt like.
Coach, what about those all plays where I'm just digging a route and the corner got a good shot at me?
Well,
you can't do nothing about that.
We weren't going to do in those kind of routes.
Yeah.
I think we wanted to do something
on a running play.
Oh yeah,
I'm just taking the DB out of the play.
Yeah, you're just shielding them like a basketball.
Okay,
you're just screening them.
I got you.
And Matt Dim's going to do all the rest of the work.
Yeah, you got a point there. We have some heavy hitters. We have some guys that can thump.
Oh yeah,
they can really thump. Yeah.
So that's why they ended up in the NFL.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. There's a reason for that. Right?
Exactly. So
Andre, I'm curious. When did you know you had extraordinary speed?
Early.
I was maybe 10 or 11. No, I was 9. 3rd grade, when we had like a field day, and then back then it was Newtown Road against Kempsville Elementary, and I was running the shuttle. I fell down, got up, ran the guy down. That's whoa, yes, I'm here. But I kept playing all 3 sports: football, baseball, and track and field. But right around I guess about 6th or 7th grade, I knew that I was a little bit better than everybody else.
You're beating everybody.
Yeah. And from running Hershey's during the summer,
right?
Because that's all that was out there back then. Running Hershey's in the summer, I was going to get some of the best guys in the country. Well, actually, as a relay, we were going to get some of the best people in the country.
Right.
We could never win.
Right.
We always got 3rd to Louisiana and California, or to Texas and Florida.
Right.
But we always finished 3rd.
Right.
So and that kind of opened my eyes to the world of track and field, and I caught the bug, and I just couldn't put it down.
Well, I remember when we ran at the Dogwood Relays in Charlottesville.
Yeah, right.
And they had, some of the best talent in the country. And I used to stretch Andre and some of the other guys in ways that just made sure that their legs was loose and they felt like they called it Duva.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
His whole group was like, Duva, coach, come give me the Duva.
Yeah.
So I would stretch him like, get him ready to run. And I'll never forget Mr. Darby was sitting in the stands, and the former state champion was in the race in Charlottesville. Andre beat him by like 6 steps. Wow. And when he ran the 100, Mr. Darby, it was fully electric, and the time flashed 9:93, and then they pulled it down.
Yep.
Because they couldn't believe it. It was the fastest I've ever seen him run.
Wow.
9:93. Now you got to understand, we're talking 1986.
86.
Right. Nobody in the world was doing that kind of stuff. But it was the fastest I've ever seen him run. And so I was like, wow. And Mr. Darby said, Coach, I've never seen him run that fast. I've never seen anyone run that fast. And he's, very astute with the stopwatch. And so we were running our relay team, and I put Adolph Brown in it because our guy had gotten hurt.
Right.
And I'm standing at the 4th spot with Andre, and I'm like, look, man, we're so far behind. I said, look, I don't want you to pull anything, just relax. And Andre turned and looked at me like, he's a coach, I'm going to go get him. And I'm telling you, I could not believe it. He got the baton. The guy was like 10 meters ahead. Way he took off.
He had wings.
Oh, my goodness. And he beat the guy at the tape. And that's when I knew. I said, this kid, I'm not asking about football anymore. I never said another word to him about football after that. I was like, that's his gift. That's his God-given ability. Let's just work on those things. And that was a transition.
Now, my junior year in high school, that meet, don't ask me how. It was just, things started clicking. And
that's when the light came on.
I was moving this, exactly.
That light came on.
I was moving in slow motion.
Right.
Even warming up, I was like, God, I need to go faster. What's wrong with me? So, but a good friend of mine, Lawrence Smith-Smitty, he was like, man, I don't know what you think, but you are flying. You rolling, man. He said, you rolling. So, I'm like, But anyways, line up against Foster in the 100.
That's right.
All right. We call him Bullet Head.
Right.
Line up against Bullet Head. Gun went off. All right, he got me in the line. So get him in transition. Well, back then I didn't know it was transition, but between 10 and 30 meters. Catch up with him then. So I said I'm catch up and try to run even with him. But I ran right by him. And
like he was standing still.
And then it was like I kind of like blacked out, but it's like whoa. And when I crossed the line, I looked at the scoreboard clock. It said 9:93. I'm like, but then they took it down.
Yep.
And they flashed up 10:38. So, but they were saying, "Oh no, you ran fast." Everyone's telling me you ran faster.
Right.
Everyone said you ran faster than that.
Did you end up getting credit for it?
No,
no,
never.
It's fine. It was fine. But that race, that turned everything around. It put everything into perspective. And then that sprint relay,
right?
When I ran Foster down again and ran right by him,
right?
That set things into perspective.
And then he long jumped like 24.9, or almost 25 feet.
That was a great day.
So he was like one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
In high school, that was, unthinkable. Yeah. And as far as the 100-meter dash, that was at 9:93 and 86.
And Calvin had the record at the time at 9:93.
See?
Wow.
Okay. Now, my junior year, that was a monumental year. My junior year in high school. I made the U.S. team. Now they call it U20s, but it's World Junior Championship team. I think we gathered in Florida. Then we went to Romania. Then we ran the World Championships in Greece, Athens, Greece. Here I am, 17 years old, from Princess Anne County, sitting in Athens, Greece.
That's right.
So thinking back, I'm like, I knew, but I didn't take it into perspective because I'm older now. I'm saying that was nothing but God.
Right.
I don't know what it was
nothing but God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
My feet were scooting, and I'm like, what in the world? So I kept it going. And after making that junior team, it was like, okay, well, that set me above and beyond everyone in the state of Virginia.
Right.
So I had my eyes on being number one in the nation at the time. Yep. And that's where I met my lifelong friends, Derek Florence, Stanley Kerr, Lawrence Felton, Floyd Hurd. They were all at Texas A&M.
Right. And that's where you ended up going to college.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. In that race, Stanley won, and he ran like 10:10. Texas A&M freshman, had the freshman record then. Derek Florence, who was in high school, graduated in high school, Galveston, Texas, set a national record. He ran 10:13. Mike Marsh, Olympic gold medalist, 1992, 200-meter dash, ran like 10:23, and I got fourth, ran 10:27. They were like, "Oh, what school do you go to?" I said, "Green Run."
They're like, "What?
Where's that college?"
Where's that college? And you're like, "It's a high school." I said,
"No, I'm in high school." They're like, "You in high school? You a senior?" "No, I'm a junior."
He's a junior.
Oh man, you're gonna be good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You already were.
And that on that World Junior team, I don't know what happened. I got injured. I think it was an ankle or a knee or something. I remember stepping in a hole and rolling my ankle and kind of like twisted my knee. So I didn't run the final at the World Championships. But that put everything into perspective. That made me even hungrier.
Right. That's right.
So like, I want to be number one in the country. I want to be by far the undisputed number one sprinter in the nation on the high school level.
And did you make it?
I did. I was number one. I was the number one sprinter in the country in 1987.
Tell us about your relationship with George Steinbrenner, and we talking about when you ran for his squad, the Florida.
He was a great
Florida
man.
Clippers.
He was a great man.
I'll just never forget when you called me up one night and you said, "Coach, George Steinbrenner's just giving me 4 Super Bowl tickets. I got one. You want to come?"
Yeah, exactly. That was in 1991.
I was like, "What?"
Yeah, that was my rookie season. I ran for Mr. Steinbrenner's track club, bless his soul. But anyways, running for his club. I mean, he pulled me and said, "Son, I want you to pay attention to me when I tell you." And he always talks real fast. "Pay attention when I tell you." He said, "Run fast. Everything else will take care of itself." My college coach told me the same thing.
Right.
He's like, "Look, let's stay out of trouble. I'll take care of you." And boy, did he take care of us. He treated me like a baseball player.
Yeah, he did.
All right. So, I mean, and for the game, I mean, had tickets for the game. So, I mean, he's like, "Hey, here you go." Right.
Wow.
And this was like 50-yard line.
Yeah.
So great tickets.
Wow.
Great seats.
So I'll never forget that, man. That's my first
Tampa.
Super Bowl.
In Tampa, Florida.
In Tampa, Florida.
Yep.
And I met Deion Sanders. We went out. We met. First time, and it was a great time. But I just remember some of those things. So certainly thank you for that.
want to go back a little bit because you talked about high school and going to college, and you were the fastest sprinter in the country, right?
Yes, in high school, yes.
In high school.
Yes, and then NCAA, I won 2 national championships, NCAA, one in the 400-meter relay as a freshman, and then as a junior at 60-meter dash.
Wow.
And I'm 7-time All-American.
That's amazing. I want our audience to hear a little bit more of your credentials. And when I interviewed you before, when I was a reporter, you were on your way to the Olympics.
The World Championships.
The World Championships.
Yes.
But I think I interviewed you twice for 2 different upcoming events, right?
Before the Olympic trials.
Right.
When I got injured.
Right.
And then before the World Championships the next year when they wrote me off.
Right.
But people put a period, God puts a comma.
Still the world's fastest human. Let's go to Mark Jones.
Andre, congratulations, Andre. You run a 9.92, a personal best, but you come in second. How do you feel?
I feel great because last year I was in a cast about this time. I was rehabilitating my Achilles tendon. I just thank God that I'm able to come out and perform today. I give God all the praise because a silver medal is not bad. I set a personal record for myself, and I improved throughout the rounds. So Andre Cason is back.
So you had an amazing professional career.
I did. And once it started to click for me and again slow down for me up here. Physically, I wasn't that good anymore. So I tried to stick it out a couple more years, kept getting injured.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'd rather leave the sport versus the sport telling me you got to get out.
Right.
So, it was just a matter of just realizing that, I'm not that good anymore. But here I have it, and it clicks now. I know exactly what to do, how to do it. And, throughout your professional career, I don't care what sport it is, you're always trying to figure it out. Right? Okay. You try something different, in the off season, try to figure it out.
Every athlete needs a mentor, a teacher, to propel them from one level to the next.
Right.
To be able to look at what's in front of them, whatever race it is, what the components of the race are, and then be able to give them training methods to get them to where they need to go. We used to run up to Mount Trashmore. We used to do all those things. We would run from Green Run High School to Mount Trashmore.
And that's why I'm bow-legged today.
Right. Do that heel work. And then, we'll stop at 7-Eleven and get a treat on the way back. But but it was some incentive, and it was different ways that we were able to galvanize the young people that we have and put our arms around and show them that we love them. But we have your hard days and you have your light days,
right?
So we push them hard on the hard days and we lighten up on the light days and get them ready to when the event comes, and so they can have fresh legs. So that's one of the things that he's probably alluding to somewhat. He's watching people and go, wait a minute, even William Dick Price, who didn't have a track, but he won a championship, and he gave me all of his workouts. So before I got the Green Run, I said, I'm going to take this track and field job. So I sit down with him as a student to learn from the teacher. And then I would bring the information to my students so they can learn from me as a teacher. And I would also use all my different resources. Cletus was a great one. Cletus Griffin, he was a great resource, but he was really strong in the hurdle events and the distant races.
Yes.
That was his strength.
Yes. He gave me this right here.
Right. And the mental toughness.
Yes, he gave me the mental toughness.
Right, the mental toughness.
I remember, I'm sorry to cut across you. I remember I had I think it was in my, I don't know where it was, but he saw a picture like I cut out of a magazine with Carl Lewis. And he was like, hey, you need to stop idolizing him. One day you're going to be lined up against him. He said, I had that much confidence in you. One day you're going to be lined up against him, so you might as well take it down now. I did. My freshman year, the summer of my freshman year, at the 88 Olympic trials, first round, Carl Lewis. I wasn't afraid, though. I wasn't afraid.
Yeah,
I mean,
have to be.
I had seen him my freshman year. I had seen him throughout because he was in Houston. I was in College Station. And I pass across every now and then. They run a pro and collegiate meet combined together. And, I sit back and I watch. And, I started to get over that idolization and the fear. I started to get over that as a senior in high school. And I said by my sophomore year, when I was going to Europe to run during the summer, I was ready to take it to him.
Right.
So, I'm sorry.
But that's good. So we had Wally French as our principal.
Greatest man in the world.
One of the greatest guys you ever want to meet.
Greatest principal we ever had.
And so when I went to him and I told him, I said, listen, I think I have a group of young guys, some of the best in the country, maybe in the world. He said, you think so? I said, yes, sir. And I said, we need to go to Penn Relays. Nobody in Virginia Beach hadn't been to Penn Relays.
Absolutely, you're right.
Right. He says, you think that? I said, I need him to do that. And then the T.C. Williams invitation. Nobody was going to that.
Right.
Right. So I said, I want to use these as a stepping stone. So when the state meet steps up, they're used to the big format, and it's not going to be anything new.
Absolutely right. We didn't have a problem with state. We knew we were going to win state.
Right.
If we got in healthy, we knew we were going to win state. As a team, individually, we knew we were going to win.
Wow.
All right.
Multiple times.
Yeah, we had a powerhouse. We really had a powerhouse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, was Plexico on that team, or he came after?
He came after.
He was after. He was after.
But, the ingredient, the format that what we had, I mean, it's no mistake that our relay team won the state championship 7 years in a row. So even after Andre was gone, the ingredients and how we trained, how we worked out, how we passed the baton makes me sick sometimes when I see the USA team.
Yeah,
I'm watching stuff and I'm going, my goodness, how in the world?
It's something.
That's just. But that's another story. I'm gonna leave that alone.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right, Coach. And to touch on that, now you got to think about it. 88 they dropped the baton. All right. 89 at the Cup, we didn't drop the baton. 90 at Ted Turner's Olympics Day at the Goodwill Games, we did not drop the baton. 91, we did not drop the baton. We set a world record. 92 did not drop the baton and set a new world record. That was at the Olympic Games. 93, when I was on the 93 team, we set a world record. We equaled the world record.
That's right.
And we did not drop the baton.
Right.
We were all from the East Coast.
Right.
All right. And I mean, on the East Coast, you learn how to take and pass a baton at age 5.
Right.
And as big as our egos were, Leroy Burrell, John Drummond, Carl Lewis, Dennis Mitchell. Dennis Mitchell. I mean, egos the size of Montana.
Right.
All right. We had huge egos, but we were good. We knew we were good. Individually, we knew we were good. So you had to carry an ego when you're good. All right. So we put our egos aside. We went to what Carl would always call where relay camp would be. So we go there, 2 weeks relay camp, got a timing down and everything, went on, did our own thing, came back, but like 2 days before we started a relay, we dabbled with baton exchange. After the 100-meter dash, we dabbled in baton exchange for a little bit, just to make sure that the timing was our timing was right. And I mean, and they don't teach these days. They don't teach just passing the baton. The coaches of the U.S. team are so afraid of the athletes and the agents that they're like, okay, well, you go right ahead. Nah, I mean, it takes somebody like a George Williams, who was at St. Aug's,
you better believe it.
or Olin Castle, who was president of the Athletics Congress. Look, you blank. Let's get the baton around. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
Let's get. And
you practicing it. You're gonna practice.
It was nothing else. It was nothing else said. Yes, sir. It was nothing else said.
Right.
We got it done. And I mean, it's just and we were so good to whereas we weren't watching the inbound person. We were looking at the elbow.
You hit that mark.
We paying attention to the elbow,
right?
And when the elbow goes this way, if you're left, if you're getting on at 2 or 4, and when the elbow goes up, you inbound person reach, and so the next motion is back.
Yep.
Right.
And reach for the baton. That's why we were so smooth.
Right.
We took it a step above and beyond. And thanks to Carl. Thank you, Carl Lewis. Yeah. Thanks to Carl for that. He's like, look, man, let's knock it out.
Right.
Let's go and take care of it, and then we go about our business and come back and win a world championship or win a major championship together. So that's the way it was.
Tell us about what you're doing now with this. You're now taking the coaching aspect in.
Yeah.
You're throwing the rope back. Yeah. You're trying to get people to walk in your shadow or walk in front of you, actually.
Right.
And I know you're training some people. So tell us a little bit about how that.
Right. Now, after I coached over in Asia.
Yeah.
I not coached.
And in China too. You
Chinese
had
team.
China speed.
National team. I coached them to a bronze medal at the World Championships in 2015.
That's right.
All right. So, I had coached the Chinese team and the Thai team at the same time, all right, because I could not live in China anymore. I mean, I couldn't do it. So I went to Thailand, and Sprinters came over. So the Thai coach asked me, okay, well, can you work with our guys as well? So after that 5-year stint back and forth in Asia, in Southeast Asia, I said, I'm not coaching ever. I ain't coaching no more.
Why?
It was stressful. Number one. Number two, it's like, you didn't tell me that you can prepare them, but get them to the line and get them to do what you asked them to do. You have no control. No control.
It's like taking a horse
zero
to water,
control.
right?
Yeah, it was zero control. It's like, okay, I know what I would do. I know I'm ready, but look, the mindset of the athlete. Oh, will they remember this? Will they remember that? So, anyways, I said I was never going to coach again. So, Fatima and I started dating. I was in Georgia at the time. So I moved up here. We were dating, and her daughter, Sierra Cece, she was running track at the time, and I was saying, I went to a couple of meets. I told Fatima, I said, oh man, they don't know what they're doing. And I'm not going to say bash any coach. Right. I'm not bashing any coach, but it's like, these are things that are basic that these athletes should be doing to prepare. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and Fatima, Fatima, well, won't you show them? I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm never coaching again. But won't you help them out a little bit? Help them out a little bit. I got the bug.
Yeah, you got the bug.
Reeling me in, yeah.
Reel you in.
And the kids, the first batch of kids that we had, that were at Indian River High School, mm-hmm. they were sponges, and they were eager to learn. Mm-hmm. Malachi Hinton was state champion as a freshman because he was so eager to learn. He was like a mini me. Mm-hmm. And he could scoot. And so, we coached him to win a state championship outdoors.
So you've been coaching young people for what, about 5 years? Your
5
own team?
years. 5 years.
5 years. And
we've had our own team for 5 years. First year was 2021. And
share what it's called again and why you're so passionate about it.
Speed Evolution. It's not. This is our ministry. Mm-hmm. Okay. The way our club is set up is God first, then academics, then athletics. Mm-hmm. And it's just a matter of shaping and molding these young kids or helping them see mm-hmm. the path, so they don't have to venture off from the path. And I always refer to what I call the path. In 1986,
right?
I was on the path.
That's what we talked about.
And
right.
I mean, of course, life goes on. You venture off in college, but you always know the way to get back to the path. Right. The hardest part is getting back to the path. Yeah. All right, and getting on it and staying on it. That's not so hard once you get back to it. But getting back to the path, that's the challenge.
Right.
So we try to prevent the obstacles that we faced in high school, middle school, elementary school. We try to put those out in front of the kids, help them to understand that, okay, well, you had a bad race, but you're gonna have a bad day in life.
Right.
Okay. And so as long as you keep doing what you're doing, keep God first, stay on the path, you're gonna be just fine.
Right.
And of course, the kids, they're gonna venture off the path, and then they try to find their way back, and then we help them find their way back to the path.
And some of them have done very well, haven't they?
Yes, they are. Pretty good. I'm being modest, but we've done pretty.
Well, they might not be the fastest in the world like you were.
No, but we did have one, Brianna Selby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's U20 number 1 in the world right now.
That's pretty good to me.
Okay. So, it's a challenge, but I love the challenge. I love going to practice every day because I don't know what I'm going to get.
Right.
All right. And the way we coach is, I don't just throw a whole bunch of stuff on the wall and hope it sticks. I take the athlete's assets and their deficits, mm-hmm. and I combine those two and try to create a complete race.
Right.
For them, not just for the masses.
Right.
All right. So and we prepare athletes for the next level, whether it be elementary school, prepare them for middle school. Right. Middle school, prepare them for high school, prepare them for college.
Because when you look at your class, at the successful student athletes that came out, that group, not just to be successful in their sport or in their field, that whatever endeavor that they wanted to go into, that was part of the pathway.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was they're going to want it to be a teacher or a coach or a doctor, a motivational speaker, or whatever field that the gift, military, we had people. There's a lot of pathways to success, but you don't just let the student athlete think that his physical talent is going to take him everywhere, because sooner or later, that's going to go away.
Right.
And then you're going to need whatever you put in your head. That's why the academic part is so important.
Right.
And see, you're playing it forward now.
Right.
The academic part is so important so that, you
have options.
You have options, and it can't be taken away from you. What you put in your head, what skill set you get.
Right.
People will pay for the knowledge that you have.
When I moved back here to coach, I didn't say to coach. I didn't move back to coach. When I moved back here, and when I was persuaded to coach, I said, okay, I'm either give it my all, or I'm going to do nothing at all. So I gave it my all. And I can say that, there were clubs that were around that had been around for a while. And, I was we were kind of like shunned away. Like, okay, yeah, that's them. But, we are the masses. That's fine. All right. I want to make it a point to say that the knowledge that I have from my experiences on the track and the gift that God has given me, because a lot of people can do it, but they can't teach it.
Right.
The gift that God has given me to do that. Look, man, you got a problem, take it up with God. Because it's not my problem. He gave me the gift. And for a while, I was holding on to all the information that I have. And here again, God put me this side and said, listen, man, look, I gave you this information to share it.
Yeah,
all right.
Can't keep
when I leave this earth, I am going to be empty because I want to give all the information that I have. And all the coaches have to do is ask questions.
Right.
So if they don't know, ask. Just like I would ask Stan Holloway about her. I would send a hurdler to. I've sent quite a few hurdlers to him because that's not what I do.
Right.
And the athlete was better than what I could teach.
Right.
Right.
I'll send him over there.
Right.
Look, you need to go see Stan. Go see Coach Stan.
Absolutely.
But so and I just want to make it known that I am here to help athletes to succeed in any sport. All right. In every sport, there's always acceleration. There's always speed and agility.
Yes.
I'm here. All right. And as far as track and field, I've been blessed to have more. I'm blessed to have the opportunity to compete on a world level. Many opportunities to coach on a collegiate level. I mean, the knowledge that I have, I can't take it with me.
Right.
I want to give it away. I mean, and I promise God that.
Well, it's not for you. It's for somebody
exactly.
else.
It's
you get to the point that you know that your skill set is not for you. It's for you to give it away.
Right.
All right. If
right.
you hold on tight to it, you just die with it.
What's the purpose of God giving it to me?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I take it with me to the grave, and I'm just like certain things. As far as sprinting, I've forgotten more about sprinting than a lot of coaches will ever know.
I believe that.
So I mean, wherever I can help, whenever I can help, however I can help.
Absolutely.
I'm there.
All right. Any parting words for our young athletes?
Well, I'm just happy to have you on the show today. And,
oh man, thanks for having me. Thank you.
I hope parents are paying attention to, coaches who spend their lives in a sport, and they and listen to them. But we can give them some recipes so that help guide their young men and women to the next level. Everybody wants to go to the next level, but also keep in mind that it's a short, like as you said, shelf life.
It's a shelf life,
right? And that you need to make sure that you get something in your head that's going to last for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
That you can market.
Absolutely.
Versus your physical skill.
Absolutely.
So glad to have you on.
And it's so easy. It's so easy these days. It's easier than we had it. They have social media and everything, and now you can pretty much take a trade and have a great living.
Right.
But we enforce you go to school, go to college. All right. And even we had one athlete that could have turned pro right out of high school, Brianna Selvey. I said, nope, you're going to school. We all said, nope, you're going to school.
Yeah.
Good.
So you're absolutely right, Coach.
You guided it in the right direction.
Yeah, and now
that's still going to be there.
Yeah, and now they have like the Allison Felix rule, so that I know in track and field, you run 1 year, or you can walk 1 day on campus on a scholarship. Say, I think college is not for me. They have to pay for you to go to school because you're a scholarship athlete. So no matter how long it takes, you can be 40 years old and want to get your degree from whatever school you went to, they have to pay for it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell us one more time the name of your team, which is your ministry.
We are Speed Evolutions Athletics Club. All right. We train in Virginia Beach, and in the fall we train at Mount Trashmore and at Chesapeake City Park. And this is our ministry. I mean, we don't, as they say, we recruit athletes. We don't recruit athletes. We get calls from parents, and we do it. We do a screening of our athletes. We don't say just come on out. No, we do a screening. We have a Zoom call. And thank you for teaming. We have a Zoom call. We set up Zoom calls, and we get the parents involved, because you're not going to just drop your parent off. You're not going to just drop your kid off and just say, okay, bye. It's not romper room. It's not daycare. Not a daycare. So parents, we do a screening. We have a conversation with the parents, and we let them know that we're faith based, so God first, and we let them know what we expect from them as far as academically and as far as athletically. And coach, the hardest thing you can teach is heart.
Oh, yeah.
If the kid wants it more than the parent step up. If the parents want it more than the kids, have a conversation with the kids, step it up. All right, we're there for you. We take all athletes of all shapes, colors, and sizes.
Okay.
Thanks so much for giving back.
Thank you.
And for taking time to share your experience and some of the lessons you've learned along the way.
My pleasure. I hope to come back sometime.
We would love to have you back.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on Coaching with Cadillac and Bonita, and our wonderful guest, Andre Cason, who's had some amazing experiences locally all around the world. And now he's back at home giving back to young athletes, and that's what it's all about.
We're so happy to have you on
Thank you, guys.
Today, and
Thank you.
Can't wait to get you back.
Thank you.
And keep serving the community.
We're trying. God bless y'all. Take care.
We'll see you next time.
Take care.